Well, hello. Welcome to Pepper's Echo. And we're not alone today. We have a very beautiful young lady with a very special message. And this is very special echo in the middle of the week. And welcome to everybody watching on the rerun. Thank you so much for joining. The ordinary man in the street from the outside looking in. And welcome Buzzy from Buzzy's Moments.
Thank you, Andre. Thank you so much for hosting this live stream for me. I'm so grateful. And hi, everybody in the chat. It's going to be a fun stream.
We are going to have a lot of fun, apparently. As long as we don't throw things at each other, it's good.
Yes, no, we won't. No, I don't have anything in my hands, guys. Nothing.
So,
And I've got my unicorn behind me over there keeping me.
yeah, well, we've got a lot of people up in the stream already. We've
Oh,
got
wow.
Hendo. Yes, am still awake in body. Maybe soul is sleeping. Arbot, welcome. Always good to see you, sire. Cameron, stalwart, nice. Mel S, lovely to see you as well. Alison Johnson said it's first time. Yeah, welcome. Hope the first time doesn't scare you off. We usually, I don't want to say a little bit more positive, but a little less serious on the show as we go along. Have I left anyone out that I haven't seen there? Hendo's already roasting me awake again. Really, dude.
Yeah,
What's the
yeah,
Brits and their attitude? Oh,
yeah.
really. But welcome to Pepper's Echo, ordinary man in the street from the outside looking in. It's always good to get your inputs and that. And yes, it's usually on Sunday evenings, well, Sunday afternoon for South Africa, 2 o'clock and 7 o'clock in Cambodia. But as I said, tonight or this afternoon, we have a very, very special stream. And it is something that Buzzy has to tell us all about and also urge and also make you aware of as you go along. You are going to need to forgive me along the way as well, because I am going to be a nasty little devil and sometimes play devil's advocate. So please don't crucify me when I do throw a question. It's not necessarily because I disagree. It's possibly that I'd like to see the answer to that point. So I'm going to make life really hard for Buzzy. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that.
You're going to give me more grey hair, are you, Andre?
We are going to go bananas on stream. But yes, wonderful to have everybody with us. Oh, wow. It's DVD. Divan, you made it home. Good stuff. He's been
Welcome,
putting in
Alison.
likes and
Thank you for
everything.
joining us.
So, yeah, wonderful stuff. I don't know. If you want to maybe tell us what the
Okay,
stream is all
so,
about before we actually kick it off with the shows
not a
and that.
problem. Not a problem. So, folks, as you our
I think it's pretty cold in Howick because you just froze.
I don't know the weather. Oh, it's flooding here, so that's another subject. But yeah, sorry if the breaks and intermission and stuff. But the bottom line is, guys, they've taken all the rules that they had in place on the 13th, or was it 13th? Yeah, the 13th of March, and they've now moved them and gazetted them in the Health Act. Okay, so this live stream is to bring to everybody's awareness now, live or after the fact, that it is imperative, please, folks, South Africans, even expats in Cambodia, Andre, you can
Mm-hmm.
actually go online and object or agree or whatever the case may be, being an expat. Okay, so anybody in and out of South Africa who are South Africans, okay, please go on to DSA and go and object, agree, disagree, whatever your preferences are. But I'm just going to break it down, and I'm going to tell you exactly how to go about it, because there've been alternative things in social media saying that the DSA platform is not working, and it actually is. It is. So long as you know the nitty gritty, and I'm going to get into that. What I'd like you all to do, please, is just bear with us, because I'm going to be prompting Andre to play things and show things and stuff like that as we go along. But at the end of the day, guys, this is not anything racial. It is our human rights, whether we white, black, Indian, colored, purple, green, whatever the case may be, living in South Africa, our human rights, as far as my point of view, are being taken away. Um, there was a video online about what the ANC has actually done. They've promulgated and gazetted and given 30 days notice for these amendments to the Health Act. And by law, they should be giving us at least 3 months' notice, which they're not doing. Um, and again, it's just to bring it all to your awareness. And please, I'm begging everybody to go on. If you cannot get on because of load shedding, whatever the case may be, just keep at it. Please don't stop. Just keep on trying. Okay. The reason why I say that is we both Cameron and I have been on going on to Dairy Say just to check it all out and see the numbers and all of that. I'll show you that just now. And what's happened is that as soon as you put comments or anything other than your required answers, it just makes everything go round and round and round and round. So this is telling you how to actually go about it. It'll take you the maximum of 3 minutes in your life. Please talk to domestics, talk to everybody in your life and get them, and even if you have to help them, please, because this is what I'm doing. I'm actually I've sent it all out to our local um, townships. So if there are people in the chat, I haven't been looking, that are Zulu speaking, I might just break into Zulu, but I'll see how I go. Um, but basically, you've got to help everybody, please. Otherwise, we will be in a state of lockdown for the rest of our lives. Our kids are going to have to wear masks. I'm going to get into the nitty gritty of it, but kids are going to have to wear masks indefinitely. You can cough in a shop and they will phone the hotline, and then the police will come and cart you off to a state hospital, and you will then get treated. Whether you have been, haven't been, have comorbidities, have allergies, it's still going to happen, guys. So this is why it's imperative. I'm begging each and every one of you to get on to Dear South Africa, object, agree, whatever suits you, whatever you agree with, and please just get on there and do it. Get everybody around you, like I did today with our garden lady. Her daughter and her sister are going to be translating it all into Zulu for me, and it is going to be on my Telegram group so that it can be shared out on all platforms, whether it's WhatsApp, and yeah, they're going to explain in Zulu how to go about it and all of that. So please don't say, oh, I don't have a phone, I don't have data. There are ways and means around it. So please, I'm begging each and every one of you to do your thing and make your voice heard. Sorry, must I read some of the,
No, I'm
the
just putting them up as we
posts?
go. I'm sure everyone
Okay.
sees them in the chat as well. I'm
Yeah,
just chucking them there.
yeah, yeah.
What we're objecting to them? What putting we're objecting to the ANC government,
Yes.
bunch of terrorist thugs, uh,
Communists. Yeah,
putting
never trust the commie.
the basically putting the uh, emergency protocols into a gazetted act.
That's correct, yes. They've already done it. They've given 30 days notice. We've got 3 days. 3 days left, guys. It closes on Saturday during the Easter weekend. So, please, guys, I'm going to get into it. I'm going to read you stuff. I'm going to explain everything thoroughly as to what's been taken from the state of disaster, all right, the rules,
Hmm.
and what they've now put into the health um, department gazetted laws. So this is why I'm bringing it to your awareness. You can make a conscious choice as to what you want to do, but again, it's giving you the choice. It's saying to you, you can make um, a way woken up choice as to how to go about this, and that's what this live stream is about. It's making sure that our rights are um, protected and not taken away from us.
Hmm. Two things quickly. Um,
Sure.
are they not in place already? Is that not already
No,
in
they're not
place
in place.
that you have
The
to
cutoff
wear?
date is the 3 days. So that's the
Yeah,
what's
but
that?
in South Africa, you have to wear
12, 14.
masks. You have to.
The 16th of April
Uh huh.
is the cutoff date. To put,
Okay.
we're trying to get a million people to object, agree, whatever, on the DRSA website by I think it's midnight on the 16th of April, which is Saturday.
Yeah. Well, and the second thing is they should actually be giving 3 months, not 30 days, if I'm correct in
That's
saying
correct.
so.
Yes, by law, they should give 3 months notice, not 30 days. According to all the legalities and everything that I've looked online, which I'm going to share with you guys, um, people have been on social media explaining everything as to how this is why and how and why they're objecting. Both we've got the DA, we've got ACDP. Um, I'm just getting it in front of me. I can't remember the name of the other action. It's an action group. They put in objections in the last couple of days,
Hmm.
so that they can stop this from being promulgated on the 17th of April.
So if I've
Um,
got it right, for what you are saying is, look, currently you've got to wear a mask in South Africa. Currently, you are
yes,
they are pressing you to be vaccinated, but it's not mandatory as of yet. They do
yes,
have limitations on crowds. They do have social distancing, uh,
yes,
etc., etc. Let me just greet you
yes.
quickly. There's Cameron Engelbrecht. Hi, Cameron. Another
And
Cameron.
Mel's also commenting.
And we've got Pastor Coral in there. No swearing, guys. Coral, please leave. It's going to get heated. No, I'm kidding. Right. No. So basically, what I'm saying is it is already there, but it's not
Yes,
gazetted as mandatory as such. So
not yet. No.
it's a loose sort of
Okay, so
it's a
let me.
loose implementation while the state of emergency or the lockdown is there. But if
Yes.
they now remove the lockdown, that can fall away. However, should they gazette that, they can remove the lockdown and the state of
Well,
emergency, and the
okay.
situation will still remain.
Yes. So basically, what they've done is on the 13th of March, they said in 30 days, we are stopping the state of the disaster, which is today, tomorrow.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay. All right. But what they've done is to still be in control, right? They've now taken the last, like we were on level one, all those rules and regulations that they um, gazetted under the state of disaster are now going to be moved into the Health Act.
Hmm.
And um, basically, we have until Saturday for the state of disaster to come to an end. And again, 30 days notice. Saturday, they will then try and promulgate, but it's not going to happen because now we've got three objections against it. So, but by our voices being heard by going onto the DSA platform and agreeing or disagreeing or whatever, it is all documented, it's all there. And what DSA is going to do is obviously put in an objection once they've got all these final numbers, and then they're going to put that through. They have a copy of everything on record. So
pretty
so
mad. Yeah.
but yeah, it's imperative that South Africans are, this is brought to their awareness, because I've seen things online all over the place. Oh, but why? I didn't know anything about it. My mom's garden girl today. How goes his own? Angas. I didn't know. You see, so this is what I'm saying. Not everybody has access to social media. Not everybody has access to TV, because mainstream media has just blocked anything being said about this altogether.
Mm.
And what's happening is it's all being discussed on social media, and the majority of our countrymen, women, don't have access to the internet. And this is why it's imperative that we help those that don't know how to do this themselves,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and make sure that their voices are heard as well, whether it's agreeing or disagreeing. I mean, obviously, the choice is up to you. Um, but again, it's just
Appreciate that.
bringing it to everybody's awareness.
Okay. Shall we kick off with that one little video?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, and take a look. So we're going to kick off with just a little bit a video to sort of just look, because what I've got from this at the moment is that it's actually pretty mad, and I'm as I say, I've never claimed to be anything more than the ordinary man in the street from the outside looking in, and what I'm picking up from this is that basically what people have been putting in, or the ANC government has been putting in for your protection under lockdown, which originally started, I think, for 21 or 27 days. And I think we, what,
Yes,
700 days
21
later,
days.
still there,
Yeah,
but it's now come to a point where they are being forced to end it, which means that all these nice controls that they have over you will also end with it. However, if they switch it from the state of emergency or the lockdown state, and they gazette it under health, it becomes a permanent thing. So they can drop away the state of emergency, they can drop away the lockdown, and still maintain the controls, which
that's
is an
correct.
absolute, yeah, madness. Let's take
That's
a look at
correct.
this. Let's see what this gentleman has to say. Let's make it bigger. Buzz, do you want to be in the movie?
No,
Hello.
no, I don't need to be in the movie.
Please just tell me if there you don't. Yeah, the sound. Let's get it going.
Okay, no problem.
Oh, that's the
Wrong
wrong
one.
one. Sorry.
It's okay.
Um, couldn't see that too well.
No, I'm struggling.
Okay, I didn't stop it, but they stopped it.
No, it's fine. No,
There we
it's not going on anymore. It came to stop very
go.
abruptly.
Okay, so yeah, basically what they're saying is, and I'm going to do a bit of comparison with you as you go along later. I just actually want you to be able to get the crux of the matter out there as well. What's it saying here is, are you happy with the fact that you and your children could be asked to wear face masks again and again and again? No. Then stop the Health Act amendments. And this sticker or this poster was made when it's 5. How many days we got left now?
3 days to go. Three.
And there are so many people. I didn't even know about it, and I do try and keep up to date. It's absolutely mad. It's really
Yes.
mad.
Yes.
Here we go, 3 days. And as Cameron
Yeah.
was saying, I just want to drop it over here. Sorry, but according to the knowledge, the national state of disaster has been lifted as of the 5th of April. But we have transitional measures in place, which is,
Yes.
they always find somehow to nail you.
Yes. Find ways. Yes.
Okay, there is, let me take us out of the picture here as well because we're in the wording.
Okay.
Wake up,
So
South
guys, I'm
Africa.
gonna.
So
Okay.
you
So
can
I'm
take
gonna
it from
read
there.
it. I'm gonna read it. Thanks, Andre. So the majority of South Africans have still not submitted their comments on the National Health Act's draft regulations, which will effectively act as a long term replacement to South Africa's state of disaster COVID regulations. The number of submissions so far are very few. We're going to look at that number shortly. The Insane Act will affect every South African, as some of our constitutional rights, including our religious freedom, will be taken away from us forever. The National Health Act's draft regulations must be stopped. Number one, we oppose all the proposed regulations as they are unconstitutional. Number two, we oppose forced vaccinations. Number three, we oppose producing vaccination certificates to attend church and other events. Number four, we oppose vaccination passports. Five, we oppose mandatory masks. Six, we oppose restrictions on gathering indoors and outdoors. Eight, we oppose the proposed fines and a 10-year jail sentence for non-compliance to these draconian regulations and amendments. Your future and your children's future are at stake. Yes, we must pray, but now is the time to act. If you have not submitted your comments on the draft National Health Act, please click on the link below. It's on the screen. It will be in the comments. I know Cameron will post it. Um,
I think you missed number 7, huh?
Premise number 7, sorry. We oppose civilians being forced into state quarantine facilities and administered medication without their consent, which is a big one, guys, especially if you have allergies and comorbidities. So basically, if you have not submitted your comments on the draft National Health Act, please click on the link below now and share with others. Help others to actually do it. Bottom line.
These links are all in the description, guys.
Yes, they're going to be in the description they are in the description, and Cameron will be posting links during the course of the live stream.
Yeah, see, so thanks.
So if we go to the next slide, um,
Uh,
the
it's Cameron Engelbrecht. Yeah, I don't see if you're under 18 that you can't comment, as long as you don't comment badly. If I can say it
yeah.
that way. There we go. That's the next one. There's just a
Okay,
warning.
so yeah, it's just what you've seen online already, um, and yeah, it's imperative, guys, that we do this. We have to do it, as I said earlier. Um, the reason why we've put this together is to give you alternative links should you not be able to register on Dear SA. You'll see them down at the bottom of the slide. They are in the description of the live stream as well. And as I said, Cameron will be posting them in the chat. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but it's imperative. That's just basically a very brief
Mm-hmm.
synopsis of what I've just read to you. Um, but yeah, and it also tells you about Dairy Safe and all the other links that are there. Um, I'm just reading Mel's comments. Even if you have commented, you can go. Sorry, I'm just having a look.
Yeah, sorry,
And vote
my fault.
again.
There we
And
go.
you don't have to comment. You can just click the no. I am going to be going onto the website to show
Yeah.
you exactly how many people have actually registered. And then I'm going to go through the steps on what to fill in. Please, guys, don't fill in comments. It's not a requirement. It's basically all there on the form that you actually fill out. You don't need to go into detail as to why, how, who, where, and what. Um, but yeah. So here's the next video from Dear SA.
It's less than 4
There's no
days now.
sound.
No, this one doesn't have sound.
No, there's no sound.
Yeah. It's just pretty maddening because you know what, as I said, please bear with me as I play devil's advocate along the way, but at the I'm one for being cautious, but the fact of the matter is that this isn't caution, this is control.
Yes.
Let's get this one. There's some music.
And that's going to be used as a marketing tool.
Gonna have that tune stuck in my head all night. Okay, I think that's it. Stop it. Yeah, there we go.
So yeah, guys. That's a very brief synopsis as to what's been going online live. But now, if we could go to the website, Andre, then we can get on and
You want to
just
look
to
at
show
the
you Twitter tweets that the DA have objected to the proposed attachments to the Health Act, as well as the ACDP. Action, I can't remember what it's called now. I'm sorry, I've gone blank. Maybe one of you could put it in the chat. But there's a breakdown of the DA and what it said and all of that. It gives you basically what I've already said. I'm sorry, I can't see it.
Okay, I'll give it
So
to you quickly.
basically,
Basically, they're
yeah,
objecting to the regulations will allow health minister to permanently, so because it's moving you to the power of the health minister, almost
yes,
making the health minister sort of like a little god over you type of thing,
yes,
permanently power to lock us down, force COVID-19 vaccinations, and force compulsory medical examinations, tests, and treatments for certain notifiable diseases. Well, the DA is strongly in favor of vaccinations. We believe in every individual's right to choose. That's basically my feeling as well. But these regulations were plainly drafted to create an alternative avenue for ANC government to gain unregulated power. And this is what I'm seeing in this, is that I am all for caution as well. But these seem to be, the more you're explaining and the more I'm looking, this has got such a second hidden agenda. It's just not, well, it's not hidden, it's actually in plain sight. They are also drafted without considering the latest scientific evidence, the strength of the current variant of the COVID-19. And it's true. I mean, the current COVID-19 is far, far less hectic than when it came out. The fact the majority of South Africans have developed some form of immunity. Hospitals and medical institutions are no longer under severe strain or pressure as they once were. The daily infection and death rates are substantially lower when compared to the previous variants of the virus. I'm not going to read through everything else as we go along. I'll just scroll through it so that you can come back and slowly pause if you want to. But the truth is, most countries have lifted their regulations entirely as new variants of COVID-19 seem to be less infectious. They have focused on regenerating their economies to limit the serious economic damage to the pandemic caused on households. In South Africa, unemployment lines keep growing, and instead of doing everything in its power to halt economic decline, the ANC government seems focused on holding on to ill-gained power, which, yeah, is, I couldn't say it better myself. That's what they seem to be doing. They seem to be trying to hang on to that power.
Yeah, sorry, I was reading it.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. But guys, what I do need to say, please, is any links that you see to the health department, like was it at the bottom of the
How's the truth?
DA's, please, just DSA and the links that I've provided you in the slides. Do not go, because what they're doing is they're just not replying. They actually, the DSA actually has proof that they're actually deleting emails. It's all on record. So please, anything that says .gov.co.za or .gov, whatever, please do not go and register on them. Okay, because it's just going to be deleted, which is scary. It's very, very scary. I don't know whether you agree with me, Andre, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's nefarious. You know what I'm saying? It's not.
I just want to also point out something that Rebellious Ruth puts on is what's happening in China is freaking scary. And South Africa is supposed to be a democracy. I mean, that's what they claim. And China is like, you know what? I stay very close to China. I'm careful of what I say because otherwise I'll be
Yeah,
streaming
you'll
from
be in
jail one
trouble.
of
No,
these days.
don't get yourself in
But the
trouble.
thing is, they are not. They're more of a autocratic, communistic type of country. And Shanghai, I was actually watching the other day, if I'm not mistaken, Morning Shot was showing the people, they were protesting from their balconies by just shouting from their balconies. They can't get out to get food, and this is the kind of power that I think South Africa is looking at. You know what? We'll hold you up, and it's ridiculous, absolutely mad. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
No,
you there.
that's fine. You're making a point, which it's good to have. I mean, I don't want to be in an echo chamber where everybody agrees, but your points are very, very important, Andre. Um,
Mm.
but again, please, this is not anything to do with your color of your skin. This is to do with your basic human rights. That is the bottom line. And that's what we need, why we're doing this live stream. Thank you, Andre. So that we can bring it to your attention and we can give you the time and the effort to show you what needs to be done on
Mm.
DSA's website platform.
They can't arrest us all.
Well, you'd be
Well,
surprised.
they'll
We
probably try, but
unfortunately we
I
commies.
don't know. They're too busy controlling the beaches to worry about the actual crime.
Well, unfortunately, the beaches are flooded here in KZN, so there's not going to be any monitoring there.
Give you a general idea what happened here in Cambodia. And as I said, I am pretty much, I- I'm for being precautious. I am for being careful. I am not against it or anything like that. I'm really, really for it. However, um, not being controlled with it. So let me try and put it very, very nicely with before everyone goes absolutely ape bananas here. Is Cambodia said, right, you'll be vaccinated, and that's that. And they were. I mean, we've got kids from 3 years old and up vaccinated. You come to school vaccinated. No one has died from the vaccination for the simple reason that before you get vaccinated, you go through a full on screening. Uh, 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 um,
Process.
yeah. If you have your blood pressure, anxiety, your diabetes, heart problems, anything to that effect, you cannot be vaccinated. They won't vaccinate you. So I can honestly say that the one good thing that has happened here is that you are not vaccinated if there is a slight chance that you have a health deficiency. Otherwise, everyone, as I said, from 3 years old up are vaccinated. We have a population of 16 point something million, and I think about 15 million have been vaccinated. But I'll also tell you that the PCR test at the airport is no longer required. They've just last week dropped mandatory mask wearing in 4 provinces. I think they're just waiting for the Khmer New Year in the more populated provinces to go over this weekend before they drop the rest. I'm sure it's going to be dropped very, very soon. There is so much just opening up. Our lockdown never went as thick as what South Africa's lockdown went. You could see the difference between an actual, and I'm not saying these guys are easy, but I'm not going to comment on it too hectically because I'm not going to get thrown anywhere. But I'm not saying they're easy. But what I'm saying is you can actually see when things have been put in place, and yes, jobs were lost, restaurants were closed, hotels were closed, and things to that effect. But it wasn't as thick as controlling. As soon as they could get it in, they opened it again. I mean, it was a month to maybe 3 in the long run when it came out, and
So
now
can I
it's
just
going away.
interrupt you?
Mm.
DVD's agreeing with you. He's saying that
Where is he?
that the I'm sorry, I've lost it now. It's all done.
There, I
Um,
opened it there.
okay, that yes, Cambodia is #1 in the world
I
regarding
don't
being vaccinated.
I, I,
Um,
I don't know, but we're
um,
very close. We're up there. We're over the
yeah.
90%.
Why don't you
Uh,
just go to Ruth's comments? Um, if you read it, about they start small, like
like
lockdown.
lockdown.
I'm sorry, I'm struggling to read it. The
I'll go for
law.
it. They start
Yeah.
small like lockdown, like the laws in Germany slowly started to change. Next thing, everyone is being put on trains and shipped off to work death camps. Sadly, that's exactly the reason that one lady, I can't, Gina, can't remember her name, that stated, and she was kicked off the Mandalorian because she said, you know what happened? And it's exactly the same thing. And I actually did a stream on that as well, while I was still preaching to an empty chamber about this woman. And and I said the reason I like this hit me is because it reminds me so much of South Africa. The Nazis never went in and physically killed that many Jews. I mean, I'm not saying they didn't kill Jews and they didn't put them into concentration camps then, but what happened is they twisted it so that neighbors were killing neighbors. Neighbors were blowing whistles. You were talking about just bringing it now straight back. You cough in a center, somebody blows a whistle on you, and guess what? You're taken off to a recovery center or a government center. Over here, if you got COVID and you didn't need to go to hospital, you were given a letter to say that you can't leave home, somebody must look after you, and that you have permission to recoup at home. And then 2 weeks later, you send them your rapid test, and they give you a letter to say, okay, you can leave home again. There was no forcibly. They ask you, would you like to go to an institution? Do you need help? Are you all alone? But yeah, what did Ruth say? Yes, check my comment above. Yes, it's that's what reminded me of it. Ruth is the fact that this is what reminded me of it, and they created. And it's the same thing that's happening in South Africa. They're creating people in the streets to go against each other and do their dirty work for them while they are instigating this. And this is exactly what you're saying. It's boiling the frog, and no one is realizing that the water is getting too hot. Ruth, that's exactly what made me think of it. Was your comment over there? Um,
Yeah.
and as
I
I said,
agree fully.
I am 100% for being mitigating COVID. I do believe that you've got to be careful, but I don't believe that South Africa is working in the best interest of
No.
democracy, human rights, and their public interest.
Okay, because let's just clarify what you actually do. You're a teacher and a headmaster. You deal
Yeah.
with 1,000 kids on a day-to-day basis. Of course, you are going to do everything you can to protect those children. Let's be honest. You've had COVID how many times since you've had the vaccine and
No, I've
all of
had it
that?
once,
Yeah.
but then I went home. I had to quarantine at home. I was given a letter, went to PCR test. given a letter. I need to be treated at well, I need to treat myself in quarantine at home. And it was 10 days, say 10 days, 2 weeks later, send us your new test. Okay, here's your letter. You can go now. And went back to work again.
But again, there's no guarantee that you don't get it. Obviously, some kind of protocol will be put into place to keep everybody safe. But it's like the flu, it's like TB, it's like HIV. It's here to stay.
Mm,
And yes, I mean, if you go, I mean, look, as everybody here is very well aware, I'm diabetic.
mm,
I have comorbidities, allergies, you name it, I have it. Okay, I've been told by 3 doctors not to go and have the jab because they cannot guarantee that I'm not gonna, legs up mother brown, but again, I mean, I don't socialize. Yes, I go to the shop and I zip around the shop and I come home. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's here to stay, guys. Regardless, that's the bottom line. And obviously, we're going to have to take precautionary measures. But again, it doesn't have to be. Our rights don't have to be taken away from us
mm,
to put them into place. I mean, we're not stupid. We're not 2-year-old children that don't have faculties to make these kinds of decisions. These decisions are being taken away from us, like Ruth has mentioned, like you've mentioned. I mean, we don't want to go back to World War II. We don't want to go back to concentration camps. We don't want to go there
mm.
because the reality is, guys, we should have learned from the lessons of the past. That's bottom line for me.
I
And
just I just think Ruth made a very, very
she did.
pertinent point
She
there
did. She
with
did.
the fact, and as I said, I remember it. I did a stream on Gina. I don't know what her surname is now, but where the Nazis actually worked the neighbors up against each other, so they would call them out. They would fight amongst each other, and that's exactly what's happening in South Africa at the moment. Is they're working each other out. When you look, and now I don't want to go off our subject, but I'm saying when you look at racism, it's not the majority of the nation, it's more the government that keeps on pulling the scab off. But the same thing is now occurring with what you're having. I mean, if you take a look, and I'm seriously, you know what, Cambodia is not your cleanest, most uncorrupt country or anything like that. It has their hands in their pockets and all that wonderful stuff. But at a 0.3%, it's probably about zero point 0.5 now percent unemployment rate compared to a 35-40% unemployment rate. They're a little bit high. They've had to obviously feed and help people, etc., etc. However, the lockdown never went as badly, although it did affect a lot of people a lot worse than what it affected your average, or should I say, your average middle class person, especially your poorer people, and of course, which you have a whole lot of here. But it has opened up a lot more. It never went, and they didn't try and retain that power. It wasn't like they didn't try and become a communistic state in the process,
No.
which South Africa will run you into the ground. I say the problem with the South African government is they will they see success as staying in power. They will burn the country to the ground, rule over the ashes, and see it as a success because they are still in power of the ashes that they have created.
Yes.
Sorry, I've gone off the
No,
subject
that's
there.
fine. You very welcome to have your say, Andre. As I said, um, I mean, everybody has their own point of view, and please, I mean, make your point of view. And I agree with what you're saying,
Mm,
100%, like I did with Ruth's comment from earlier. Um, but again, it's just bringing this all to everybody's awareness because there's so many people that don't know about it, and that is why, excuse me, I'm very grateful to you, Andre, for allowing me the platform to do this on.
mm,
Um,
mm. No, not
uh,
a problem.
I'm very grateful, and please note, everybody, that this is going to be shared um, at the end of the stream on all media, on all social
Oh,
media platforms,
yeah. Geez, I
um,
keep on
just
forgetting
so we
these.
can get that out there.
I forget these damn banners that I've got to click on.
Okay,
There,
and
it's
again,
right.
no, that's fine. Cameron's been doing his modding job. And also, he's put in the Telegram group link for DSA, as well as my link for my Telegram group, where obviously everything that's been shown here is going to be on there, as well as translations into Zulu. And yeah, it's just doing what needs to. Oh, sorry, sorry. I did switch it off, but anyway, sorry everybody. That's a rookie mistake.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm gonna
We
switch
will
it off.
now all stand for the national anthem and we'll take a smoke break. No, I'm kidding.
Dum, dum, dum.
Right. I, I don't know if you want to go onto that site, onto
Yes,
Dear
please,
SA
so that
site.
we can.
The
Because
the the
yeah,
link is in the description below, and that's what your site looks like.
yes.
And there it
So
gives
we
you the
have
actual days over here. It's Dear
yes,
SA. Dear SA South Africa.co.za / health act amendment / but we have been so kind that we put it into the um, description below.
description. Mhm.
And there you can actually see what is 3 days, 7 hours, 31 minutes, and it seems even less. I keep on thinking today's Friday because guess what? Tomorrow and Friday are public holidays. Yeah, otherwise I wouldn't be doing a stream so late. Right. Then we have, let me see, I should be able to
It tells you
zoom
here we go,
that.
how many people have commented, objected, done whatever they've done.
238,000.
238,000 people.
You know, that is sadly a pitiful amount because South Africa's got what, 60 million? Is it a 60 million last time I checked, around about population? It's a really pitiful amount, which means that people are not aware, which means that you can't get to church, which means you can't get to your town, which means, I mean, yeah, we're going to movies, everything, and we had it bad year as well at one stage. I mean, honestly, that they're actually trying to brand, you should be opening up around now. Department of Health, because they've published the new regulations, as long-term permanent replacement to South Africa's stated disaster. So basically, they're taking the current state of disaster. I don't want to say it's not a state of disaster, is it?
Level, it was
But
the level,
the
the
National
level
Health Act,
one we were on.
they're building it into the National Health Act. So when are you ever going to get to live from out of clutches? As I said, please don't get me wrong. I am actually one of those that go, hey, you need to mitigate. Be careful. Don't go into a market when things are going bad or when things seem to be going up and stuff like that. Watch when you go to town, all that type of stuff. If you're going to go into a shop, have a mask before you sneeze on me and all that type of thing. But you know what? When things are open now, I mean, I was in the faculty room the other day, and I stood up and I said to my teachers, I said, look, you know what? Please understand, when I sit at my desk, my mask is going to be off. You are welcome to take yours off as well. I don't mind when you come and talk to me. I'll put it on so that I do not breathe, sneeze, or snot all over you or something to that effect. But really, we cannot be sitting for 24 hours a day trying to work, and it's like you got your face in a plate of porridge and you're nowhere near anyone. But let's take a look here. Sorry, I've just gone off. Once the regulations are approved, this is the thing. The Department of Health said they would be implemented without being tabled in Parliament. Which there is a video. I think I connected it down there of that one chap. It's about 25 minutes long, so we're not playing it. But it gives them the right to be able to implement without being tabled in Parliament. Once they do that, the health minister has that right. So since it is subordinate legislation already delegated to the minister has that right already. So DRSA is aware of the deletion of emails sent directly to the department. Rest assured, along with the delivering of your comment to 4 separate government recipients, the DRSA platform holds a record of public participation as solid evidence for upcoming court challenge. Feel free to share. I mean, your freedom of speech, your freedom of religion, your freedom of orientation, your freedom of anything has been taken away from you. And they have the right to do it without tabling it. So once this is handed over to the Department of Health, the health minister has the right, and I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the comments, I must get to them again, but the health minister has the right to, bam, put it in, and you are, I think, I think Pastor Carl is still on, so I can't say what I want to say, but you are royally fornicated. So, uh,
Sorry,
but yeah, all people entering or exiting South Africa during pandemic should present negative PCR tests uh, that are no older than 72 hours in the event they do not have a vaccination certificate. Has that not been lifted yet?
no,
But if it has, it's going to be able
it
to be
hasn't.
put back whenever they want to
Yes, yes.
without labeling it. But I thought it was lifted in South Africa. It's
No,
lifted, yeah. And I thought, oh, well, I don't need
no,
one when I'm
no,
leaving here because I want to
not
go to South
lifted.
Africa in July. And I thought, oh, I don't need to get a PCR test because we fly out here and Bangkok, South Africa. Continued restrictions will be placed on night vigils after funerals, gatherings, and then once again, your freedom of choice on religion, you need to be able to make your own calculated risk. I know South Africans can be unreasonable. I'm sorry, I've had to deal with too many of them in retail to be able to say that all South Africans are reasonable. They are a very unreasonable nation. But yeah, I think we still have the right to make our own decisions. Indoor, outdoor gatherings may be occupied up to 50% of the venue capacity, provided valid vaccine certificates are produced. For gatherings where no valid vaccine certificates are required, artificial limits of 1,000, 2,000 people will apply for indoor and outdoor. Okay, that's something we do have here. We were at the mall the other day. You had to flip your vaccination card to get in. Unless you have a letter that says, you know what, you have a heart problem. Like, for instance, Yulin, you wouldn't be able to get the vaccine, yeah. Because
No.
the minute you actually go through with the doctors, they will ask you, do you have this? There's like this 2-page checklist. If you got any of that, you can't get it. If your temperature is too high, they won't give it to you, put it that way. Social distancing of 1 meter must be maintained. You try and tell that to a kid at school having a Khmer New Year party. But anyway, face masks will be compulsory for indoor public gatherings. People cannot enter public premises or make use of public transport without a mask. Yeah, depending on the situation, is my saying over there. I don't think any of this should be given that kind of power, though. The
No.
regulations also leave the door open for other restrictions labeled as advice giving. These people couldn't advise a toilet to flush, but anyway,
They can't
between different
put it in
departments.
flushing toilets.
This advice can relate to curfew, national lockdown, economic activity, and the sale of alcohol, amongst others. I would die if I was there because I would die without my cigarettes. Now, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so you can see what's happening here, or smaller, because here's where you come to fill it in. Let me go. There's your 100% page. This is what the page looks like, what we've just read through. And then you'll get to this little thingy over here, and it says click view interim results, and you can read everybody's things. The most important is have your say. And I think this is what you're wanting to take it from, Buzz.
Yes, yes. So
Right.
if you click on select your region, that would be your province. Okay.
They
Whether
do
you're
not
in
have
South
Choi Changa
Africa,
there.
yes, and if you're outside of South Africa, okay, then obviously your country, which would be Cambodia.
Putja. Take a look, see. I'm just not putting my birthday to my ID number down here
No, you don't need to do that. Okay, so
because
do
that'll
you
make me
support
not
the
look 25.
amendments? This is imperative, guys. So if you it says select your answer. Yes, I do. No, I do not. Not fully. So I don't know what your feelings are. Okay, no, I
I
do
don't,
not.
because it's you know what, if it was done, this is my point. And my very, very point is I am pro being careful. Once, I cannot reiterate that enough, but I do not believe that this is done in the general interest of my safety, security, health, or
And
democratic right
well-being.
whatsoever.
No.
I don't believe it's been done for that. I think it's been done for personal, powerful gain and has nothing to do with my health. What is the top concern? Human rights, surveillance, control regulations, point of entry. Well, let's go through them. Human rights violation, surveillance and control regulations, point of entry regulations, human remains regulations, environmental health regulations, freedom of religion, other, no concern, the proposed amenity in entirety. We'll
Yes.
do that one over there.
Right.
Then
Okay.
it
So
says, go for
this
it.
here. Okay. Please do not put anything in there if you because you basically put your reasons in above. Okay. So you do not need to fill the comment section here. Okay. Go down. Sorry.
Sorry, I'm forgetting the comments. Sorry, guys.
Okay,
Okay,
no,
so
we'll
I'm
get
not
to
going to put
them.
in a comment. I really don't want to put
No,
in a
no.
comment.
Okay, so then you put your name, your last name, and then obviously your cell phone number.
I'll put
Okay,
my cell phone number.
or your email address. Well, they want a cell phone number and an email address. If people do not have a cell phone or they do not have an email address, please use your own email address um, so that this can be completed.
What is your?
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
What is your status? Right. So select your answer, which is basically employed, unemployed, retired. I'm trying to remember. Student, employed individual, unemployed individual, business owner, non-profit, retired.
I'm just tired, not retired. But anyway. Okay, but anyway, I'm employed. Okay, so we do
Okay.
that. Let's just. I don't want my telephone number over there because otherwise you're all going to troll me on it. And then I hit send.
Yes.
And then there's this like little ball doing the
Well,
joint over
roundy,
there.
roundy, roundy, roundy. And then what actually happens
And
is
then
that it comes back up and it says thank you. And then in your email, you will receive confirmation that you have registered. Okay. So, for
but wait,
example, if
that's not all. Before you leave, sounds like a
yes,
what's those global store ads?
and then you look at all the other campaigns that they're addressing as well. So
Okay.
you can go onto that and decide. But at the moment, this is imperative. This one here is imperative.
Ah,
Um,
I wanted to actually see if they sent me anything in my email.
okay, go for it. You can do it if
And
you
then I
want.
then I can open it there quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And then I watch showing on this on the screen. Okay, you got the screen there. Thank you for participating. There, read their thank you notes along.
Yes.
Let's see if we've got Pepper Zeko there. Okay, then yeah, Pepper Zeko. Let's see if I can share this screen quickly.
Sorry, I'm just reading Cameron's comment. Please know that if you don't have access to the internet, you can get someone else to fill it in for you on your behalf. So,
Okay.
sorry, I look like dog's breakfast now. Sorry, I put my glasses back on so I can read.
It was
But
in, I
yeah,
think
bottom
your SA
line,
needs to update that number still, yeah.
yeah, they
Um,
do, they do.
I just want to
Um,
share in the Chrome tab. Okay, let's see if I just put this over here quickly. Where am I? Bring that in. Is it there? Yeah, sorry, there it is. There.
Sorry, I'm
So
just reading
yes,
Gavin Comer's comment. Sorry, my wife has heart problems and she is fully vaccinated. They
yeah.
asked, but it still went ahead. But it still went ahead.
If you feel you want to, I think you can. It's not a problem, but then it would be at your own risk. But I don't believe that they would force you to do so or should force you to do so. Should you have anything with blood pressure, anxiety, heart, uh, diabetes, or any sort of chronic, uh, they won't force you. I know, look, my mom's takes, I think, blood tablets and things like that. She's 88 and she's had her vaccine shots and everything and that as well. And she's still running around. But all I'm saying is that specifically, you've got to draw the line where we have not, as far DVD can back me up here. To date, I don't think we've had, because of the way they've treated it, they haven't had anyone die from the vaccine. Let's put it that way. And we
Yes.
have had no deaths in I don't know how long. Let me just show you
Okay.
this mail quickly. It just says,
Sure.
"Thank you for participation. Your input has been delivered." recorded a copy. Did you know your file? No, we've filed court papers. Find out. Yeah, please distribute this call for comment. Okay, so there we go. That's what your copy of your delivered input. Blah 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 blah.
Yes. Yes.
I'm not going to go, but anyway, yes. So they do immediately send you a nice little mail. I
Yeah.
think I've just
I
zoomed.
just quickly want to go on to Cameron's comments. Action for Freedom. I'm sorry, I couldn't remember the name of it. There is a
There we go.
video available. There is the link there. Um, yeah, I have put all of this onto my Telegram group. But if you go to Dear SA, maybe it might be there. But yeah, best to go to my Telegram group because all of this will is on my Telegram group already. But yeah, I can't stress. Yeah, I can't stress how important this is, guys.
Let's go.
Please, 3 minutes. It didn't even take you 3 minutes, Andre, to fill out that form.
See,
And you saw how quickly they respond. They respond to you immediately.
my concern is what Gavin from Gavin's Corner says. That his wife has
COVID.
heart problems and she's fully vaccinated. And you know what? Thank goodness and thank the Lord that she's okay.
She's
They
okay.
asked, but
She's
still went
delighted.
ahead. You know what? If they didn't intend to actually take her medical situation into consideration, why'd they even ask? And did they ask her? Again, I don't want to dig into your private lives, but I mean, did they ask her? Was it by her choice that she went done? But I do believe that there is no ways that they should have gone ahead with that unless she said, "Listen, I feel fine. This is how I've done my whole life. I want it." Okay, cool. But there's no ways. Otherwise, they should have given a letter and said exempt due to this and this and this chronic. What's the name? Wear a mask,
Yeah.
whatever.
Cameron,
Yeah.
won't you just, sorry, I'm interrupting you. Please, won't you
Mm-mm.
just put the link to my Telegram group? Thank you. Um, I mean, okay, so I'm going to use my mother as a perfect example. She's 85. She's as healthy as a horse. Okay, she swallows horse medication if necessary. But my mother's tough. Mel can vouch for me. Cameron can vouch for me. She's a tough old duck. Okay, she does a 3K hike on a Saturday and a Sunday. I mean, when I go shopping with her, I can't keep up with her. And because she was so tired of all the ifs and buts, and if you have it, you're going to die, and then if you don't have it, you're going to die. So she thought, okay, very quietly and surreptitiously, she went and had the Pfizer vaccination, where it's the two, where you have two vaccines. And she went and had the one, and she was fine. And she didn't have flu symptoms. She didn't have anything. Okay. She went for the second one, and only after the fact, okay, she said, right, I told you guys that I was going to go and have the vaccine, and if I was going to die, I was going to die, and if I didn't die, then you must go and have it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In my family, we have two sets of thoughts, for and against. Okay. And to keep my sister and us happy, because both my daughter and I have comorbidities, we can't have the vaccine. Um, my sister is totally against having any form of vaccination. Okay. Um, so now my sister put her onto what's that stuff called? Up on blank. When you catch COVID, the horse medication, what's it called?
Said
Help me,
ivermectin
guys.
stuff.
Ivermectin, right? So, because my mother goes to bad shots and comes to visit us, she's got to swallow half a pill every day. On top of having had the vaccination. I know people who, like my mom, elderly but fit, active, ride bicycles. I mean, they're crazy. I call them mad cyclists. But anyway, they get on their bicycles and they go like from Durban to Port Edward. Okay. Drop down dead like that after having the vaccination. People like me who have comorbidities decided to go and have the vaccination because they just couldn't deal with not having it. And they're fine. So, you see, it's all to do with your own personal well being and how healthy you are. let's be honest, South Africans, the diet here in South Africa, because um, we have a lot of poor folk, okay, I'm one of them, um, we tend to go for carbohydrates, which is mealie meal, maize, corn, bread, um, the cheaper, it's not cheap any longer, but the cheaper way to eat, okay? And it's not a healthy diet. Cambodians, and I'm being honest with you here, Andre, are healthier. I don't know, they have good genetics. I don't know what it is. I don't know
I
whether
think
it's an
they're more
African thing, but
malnutrition, not healthier. But yeah,
but the thing is, I mean, by the end of this year, and I think everybody in the chat will agree with me, I'm going to be eating grass because the cost of living here goes up on a daily basis because of Ukraine, and I'm not getting into that, but petrol and everything is moved by um, huge trucks and stuff like that. Here in South Africa, the railway system is totally demolished. So everybody climbs in a big truck and needs diesel and petrol and everything to get everything everywhere. Okay. And that is why every day things go up. I mean, last week, a cucumber here in the Midlands where I live at a spa cost 20 Rand. Monday, it was 25 Rand. Do you see what I'm saying? I mean, the cost of that's just a cucumber, no cabbage, all the basics. Okay? People cannot afford them. I mean, a pocket of potatoes here, 10 kg pocket, okay, is over 120 Rand. A pocket of onions, the same. Tomatoes, let's not even get on to tomatoes because they're one of my favorite things. Okay. A 2 kg packet of tomatoes here costs over 40 Rand. So,
no, that's
I mean,
hectic and absolutely bananas. That is the way that it's going at the moment. Look, we're even being affected. Yeah, I mean, I love the fact that Cambodia is economic to live in, but even things here are getting a little bit higher, a little bit higher. Fuels a little bit higher. It's if you're working, living and working here, and you've got a decent job, sure. Unfortunately, many people don't have a decent job, so they still live hand to mouth. However, even here now, it is getting a little bit more expensive. And I just want to get back to the actual point of the
yes,
stream.
our
The
discussion.
stream,
Yes, sorry.
no, the streams. The important point of the stream here is that you need to understand that the government wants to take the rules and regulations which have been applied to emergency protocols for COVID, which is currently in place, like mask wearing, uh, um,
Sanitizing.
limited attendance of places, vaccinating, uh, what's all lockdown, curfews, etc., which they have, but they have it in a in in the emergency situation. Now,
Mm,
the health minister, and take a look. I think that video's down here where he actually
mm,
shows you that the health minister in the Gazette has the right to be able to pass laws without penning
comment.
them through Parliament.
Yeah,
Now, they
without
want to
comment.
take these rules and they want to gazette them into the health department of South Africa. So that means that you can, without having an emergency situation, without being in a pandemic, with a pandemic that is recovering, uh, can be forced upon you. And once again, as I said, you are speaking to somebody who is pro. I get so upset with people when they say, "Oh, but you can still catch COVID if you're vaccinated." Oh, but you can still. Yes, you can. Definitely so. The difference is it's mitigation, not prevention. And if you can possibly mitigate it, do so. The only problem is that the South African government is incompetent, and that's the problem because they have not done a proper rollout. They have no control. They have done nothing for people who are not well. Um, who have underlying illnesses and that. I feel happier that my mom has taken it. I'm definitely happier that I have it because I have a job because of that. I'm kidding, but still, yeah. um, the thing is, but there is no that they're, you know what, they they do cosmetics with a second agenda, and their second agenda is full control. And to be able to take that kind of power, I mean, you saw what our Koptuk did. She had the power, and she wasn't even the health minister, to stop sale of cigarettes, which had
Exactly.
absolutely
Exactly.
nothing to do with the pandemic. Um,
Exactly.
and
There's
because
no
they could,
proof.
because
But
they could.
again, there's no scientific proof that
So
smoking cigarettes makes you catch COVID.
absolutely nothing, nothing whatsoever. I mean, no country. I don't know. I'm standing the correction, but no country did anything like that. But
Yeah,
what we're saying is if these protocols, which match an emergency situation, get put and gazetted under the health department, the Minister of Health has the right to table anything like that without passing it in Parliament, which means that your right to decide and your right has been taken away. And the only thing that I've got from this, and as I said, once again, I am very much pro being cautious. But to me, this is not in the interest of your health. It is not interest in your safety, and it is not in the interest of the prosperity or the economics of this of South Africa whatsoever. And it is just driving it down even more, so that South Africa is edging towards a higher and higher communist state. Ruth, let's go back to your story of exactly where neighbors are taking each other out, and the government smiles while they rub the fat off around their lips. So, for heaven's sake, you have 3 days left, people. Go to the site. The link is down there. If you don't know where the link is, drop us a mail, drop us a message, get hold of somebody who can help you. How long did it take me to fill that in? All
it
of
didn't
not
take
even a
you a
minute.
minute.
Not even a minute. I had my mail as well. I've put in my piece as well. And it's coming from somebody who is like, you know what, pro taking care of yourself, but not pro being controlled. Guys,
Yeah.
get yourself, your neighbor, the people who are working for you, your employees. You know what? It's important. Somebody, Cameron said earlier on, and I've skipped it. Um, he said he's become a hermit. Yeah, we end up living, not being able to go anywhere. You know, it's important to be able to socialize with people. It's
It
important
is.
to be able to go to
It's very
church.
important.
You know what? People in churches are not allowed to go to church anymore. It's ridiculous. We're not even looking at a massive sporting event, drinking occasion,
No.
going bananas, whatever. It is wholly and solely a pretty much standard thing that you go to. And no, shopping centers, yeah, be careful. Markets and that, be careful, but still go. Sports
Yeah.
games and that. It's terrible to watch rugby and see 3 people sitting in the stadium these days. Um,
Very funny. Very funny.
uh,
But what again? I just want to reiterate, Andre. Thank you so much. I think we've actually nailed it on the head. We've used a very good screwdriver. Uh, and if we wouldn't mind um, moving on to the other things that I wanted to just bring to everybody's awareness, specifically the floods here in
mm,
KZN along the beachfront. Um, Guys, it's done. I think you've seen all the social media videos. I do have a couple here, which we're going to play. But bottom line, um, there was on ENCA, we've got it here too, but the ENCA announced that the gift of the givers are going to be coming and helping us here in KZN. I do have a link and everything coming up. Please, please, just keep the folks down Durban, Ballito, North South in your thoughts, your prayers. And if you can donate blankets, food, money, it will be very, very much appreciated. There are a lot of displaced folks, guys. And um, I'm begging again, apart from Gary said, please, last year we've had some really hard hits in the last couple of years, and last year with the riots, yeah, as one person commented, after the riots, you know, the hope, the any form of positivity the Italians have have built up is now disappeared. There are so many people who've lost homes, lost everything, um, and lost their lives. So yeah, if you wouldn't mind, okay, thanks, Cameron. He's posted a link in the chat.
Mm. I don't
If you
have
could
that in the
go,
description. We'll put that
no,
afterwards. Yeah.
we didn't have it earlier when we did when we made the thumbnail, but
Hmm.
we are going to play the videos just to bring it to everybody's awareness, and then we do have links to the gift of the givers at the end of the slideshow.
So this is below Shangweni Dam Wall. The sluice number 10, or bin number 10, and bin number 1 that broke away. The rest of the bins are still intact, but those two on the side broke away. Apparently one is there that tipped, and the other one has washed down the river a little bit. So who knows? But bins number 1 and 10 have broken away. The rest of the dam wall is intact.
You see all the stuff coming over the end there, over the wall. Solid matter.
Yeah, nature is a force that you should not. It's the other one. There we go.
Oh, crocodile farms have flooded, and all these crocs are out and about.
How's that for wildlife being on the run there? Huh?
Serious wildlife. But yeah,
And
if
yes,
you wouldn't mind just putting the
that
link up
news
for
clip
gift
there
of the
quickly.
givers. Yeah.
Need to bring that lady in there. Oh, just hang on. Stop sharing. Stop it. Stop it. There we go. We can get back again. With sound this time.
Okay.
Now, in a bid to support the people of KwaZulu-Natal, we're appealing to you, our viewers, to donate funds to Gift of the Givers. The organization has joined relief efforts at KZN. You can donate to Gift of the Givers Standard Bank, Pietermaritzburg. That the account number is 052 137 228. The account number again is 052 137 228. Branch code 057525. The reference KZN Floods. Now for Section 18A tax deductible certificates, send your deposit slips to donations at Gift of the Givers. We certainly would appreciate your assistance there. Now, in a bid to support the people of KwaZulu-Natal, we're appealing to you, our viewers, to donate.
Okay, sorry. I think I've got it.
Yes.
I think
Hendo's comment. There's a croc on my stoop instead of a Zulu.
well, it's going to create employment later on with all the shoes that they're going to make. Anyway, it's just I'm being nasty to actually even joke about something like that. But
no, I mean, here's the link, guys. You can make a difference in these poor folks' lives. There's massive damage, guys. The highways are flooded, bridges are washed away, containers are actually floating down rivers, highways are washed away, flooded. I know folks who are absolutely stranded, can't get out, can't get themselves out of, for example, a Mzimtoti, because of all the damage. They're stuck.
I must tell you that it's pretty and surreal for me to actually look at it because you can't imagine. I think it's almost like watching a movie when you look at it from here because it's like, can this really happen in SA? This absolute disaster. It's surreal looking at it from this side.
I mean, if you go into any YouTube sites, I'm saying if you want to go and look at some videos and see the damage, It's unbelievable. I mean, whole um, flats, whole blocks of flats have just washed into the sea. Houses, bridges. I mean, you actually get videos. I mean, they're quite startling. Hey, how everything is just like washed into the sea. Um, I jokingly said to this one friend, I said, "Well, better you get yourself a snorkel, some goggles, and some flippers, and a boat if you can get a hold of it."
It's
But
like
yeah, I
in
mean, but that's absolutely ridiculous. Trying to loot a bloody shipping container. I mean, come on.
that's
Where
only
where
that's only in South Africa, huh?
only in Africa.
But
Only in Africa.
there's a place I actually want to go. It's a town called Siem Reap, and it's got the best of the history and the culture of Cambodia. And now that we've come out of sort of like being sort of tied into where we are, hopefully when I get back from South Africa, we can actually go down there. There's Angkor Wat, which I'd like to do for everyone for the stream. But there's also a village that's DVD. You're gonna have to help me remember this village, but we want to go there. All my filming and that is DVD helps a hang of a lot with filming, clipping, everything. So I got a shout out to him there as well. But there's a village, a whole village, the school, everything, the whole toots is on stilts, but it's like dare say Murhai. The whole thing is right up there. The school is up there, the shops are up there, everything. You climb up there to it. But in the rainy season, the water goes right up there, and they only commute around in boats. I mean, the kids go to school in boats. Little 2-year-old's got his own little boat that he paddles around in, things like that. I'd like to actually get that typed up for you guys as well, because yeah. But there's prepped. This is not prepped. I just want to also mention something on giftofthegivers.org/make a difference. I think there's over enough ways of being able to make a donation to them as well. Which is, yeah. And I think find people, if you can't donate money, let me just take this off here. I think I've shared this enough now. If you can't donate money, find people who are. There's many churches and charity organizations and that. Find a piece of clothing that you don't have. Find a pair of shoes. Find some socks. Maybe carry a can of beans. If every person just put a can of beans in there, we would make a huge difference. But I think a lot of people are embarrassed to give little because, and these days, as you've mentioned, people cannot afford very much. But if we give a little, we can make a big difference. Once again, I refer back to the story of the little girl with the starfish, and I always tell this one, and I know you guys hate me for it, but she's on a beach where all the starfish had washed out in one of these red tides, and it was thousands and thousands of starfish. And she picked up a starfish and she threw it back in, and she was throwing them back into the sea. And an old chap was sitting on a bench behind her, and he said, lass, you can stop it now. It's not going to make a difference. And she picked up another starfish and she threw it into the water, and she looked at him. She said, made a difference to that one, didn't it? And that's the whole thing, is if we can all just make that little difference. You don't have to give money. We don't all have money, but sometimes you've got an old rug, you've got a blanket.
Even if you volunteer time and
there we go, time.
handing out things, and do you understand what I'm saying? There's just so much we can do to make a difference. That's the bottom line, is making a difference and helping folks who cannot help themselves because they've lost everything.
There we go. Most people are sorting out winter wardrobes and that. I think, Buzz, what you've been putting across this whole show, right from the most important thing, guys, go and get yourself registered or objected on the Dear SA site, and taking a look at the floods, and that is stop. I think your one of the things you said to me, Buzz, was I need to get people stop from sitting on the wire. Do something.
Sitting
It doesn't matter how small. Sitting on the fence. Sorry. It doesn't matter how small. Do something. I looked at my life as well, and I think we'll have a show on procrastination sometime. And there's so many things that I leave to the last minute or don't get done, and it creates the stress in your life. because you just don't do things, and you're either too proud, too lazy, too tired, and you don't make you don't make priorities in your life.
Mm.
As you said, there's time you can give. There's a blanket you can give. There's a nice little unicorn just behind you. You can. I'm kidding, and I will never tell you to
I'm
give a
not
unicorn.
parting with my unicorn. I
No,
hate
I'm
to
joking.
hijack it from my granddaughter.
I'm joking. But what I'm saying is, I think your whole thing about this stream is, guys, start
Make a difference.
taking action, no matter how small, to make a difference, whether it's a 1 minute filling in a DRSA objection form, or whether it's finding a blanket in a place you can drop it off at. Uh, Mel's thing there, you're cleaning out your winter wardrobes. Somewhere you found something that you're not going to wear. The one lady is a mod for DRSA, says, please thank the host of the show for the time and attention to this. I really have to say
Yes, kudos. Thank you, Andre.
it is Buzzy's brainchild. She phoned up and said, listen, I've got to do this. And I'm like, what is this? I'm going to be asking you questions. I'm not sure. And so Buzzy put it all together. She was sending everything across. This needs to go up. This needs to put together. Yeah, I want that. So you know what? I
Right up
must
to the
give you
last minute.
kudos. Yeah, kudos to
Right
Buzzy.
up to the last minute.
Once again, it was initiative. You know what I'm saying? Things that we don't often think of. And it's so important. You know what? I'm going on to my coaching stuff now, which is wrong. This is for Sunday nights, but it's so important that we actually act on our intentions, because I think this world is filled with good intentions and it lacks the implementation thereof.
Because as you said earlier, in my conversation with you, I said to you, I'm tired of people sitting on a fence. I'm sorry, Pascal, bitching and moaning. Being very gentle here. Bitching and moaning and
You
doing
can't say that.
nothing.
Pastor Coral's on the stream. No, I'm kidding.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
kidding.
Okay, beep beep
Kidding.
beep beep. Um,
He's dealt
sorry.
with me.
But anyway, I'm tired. I'm tired of the fence sitters, and that's why
Thanks, Mel.
I've rallied mods from Ronaldo's channel and Chris's channel to get this all together, to get that out, get it out there. Apart from me sharing it, there've been all these fabulous people that are here in the chat. I can't see everybody, but I don't know how many people there are. But anyway, I'm just saying, all the wonderful people that I've seen here, thank you guys.
Thanks, Jimbo.
Thank you for standing up and making a difference. Thank you. I can't express my gratitude enough. I'm just so grateful to be surrounded by such wonderful people. Thank you. Thank you, Andre.
And then I forgot, I usually do this at the beginning of the show, but don't forget, um, en pastoor vloek baie agter die deure. Yeah, okay, we're not going to go down that street now. But I forget to do it at the beginning of the show. Guys, I keep my news in South Africa, not from the mainstream seeders. I keep it from the people like Ronaldo Gous, Chris Wyatt, Ramon Kabanak, on Morning Shot. Those are my three biggest sources. I really enjoy what Ronaldo puts down. You know what? And I'm not going to judge anyone because I watch them all. But out of everybody who we watch, and a lot of people that have an opinion, I think Ronaldo is the only one who carries a South African passport, by the way. I think the rest all have their little safety nets in their back pockets. So well done. I'll give Ronaldo a good kudos to that, because he stands up and what's he always say? Skin in the game. And yeah, so guys, get some skin in the game. That's what we're calling on you. I think I've already overspoken too much as well already.
Well, never too much. I mean, you're awesome to listen to. So, but again, thank you, everybody. Please, guys, my last, please, 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 do the right thing. Cover yourselves. Make sure you put your whatever process through on DRSA. Please be kind to each other. It's one of the most important things that the world isn't showing at the moment because of all the suffering and unhappiness. And I just want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you, Andre, again. Please know that your views, your subscribers are going to grow, because this is going to be shown post live stream all over the world.
No,
Thank you.
thank you very much. It has been a pleasure having you on. I want to just finish off with this one again. It's got to stick in my head tonight. I hope it sticks in everybody else's head tonight.
Bye, Lindo.
Okay, right. On Sunday we'll try. I think DVD. We'll see if his girlfriend Superior will come on with us on Sunday, because first of all, you guys have Easter. Happy Easter. We have no
Thank
notion
you.
that it's Easter. We have no idea that it's
No.
Easter. There's not an egg, not a flag, not a hot cross bun. There's nothing around
No.
here. But what we do have is Khmer New Year, but they don't do Easter here. As you know, it's a Buddhist country.
Yes.
And wow, I do miss my Easter. So I will be watching Pastor Carl. Please go and take a look at Bethel Lofprijskerk. If you can understand Afrikaans, they have a live stream, and I know they will be doing a Friday morning and a Sunday morning. And I know Pastor Carl likes to braai on these days as well, so he won't be long. I know he won't be long. But yeah, on Sunday we'll try and do our stream on Khmer New Year. We'll see if we can do anything at the pagodas and that, and have Sophia tell us a little bit about it as well. See if we can get some new photos in. For the wonderful people.
So the way you bribed DVD, he's just commented, I would kill for an Easter egg. So some
And he likes
Chucky,
this.
some Chucky.
Yeah, and I should be able to sit at Ronaldo's stream now at 7 as well. Thank you very much for reminding us, Mel, guys. And I think a lot of you have all from Ronaldo's stream, and I think that's what makes Chris Ronaldo a good stream. I think are the great people he has that support them. And yeah, I think I should be there this evening as well, because I have an off day tomorrow. So thank you very, very much. Akun Charan from my side. Buzzy, Lynn,
Thank you.
it was great on you
Hambagashi.
to take some action.
Hambagashi.
Okay, so take care, be good,
Yes.
and if you can't be good,
Be kind.
at least be kind. Cheers.
Bye, everybody.